Welcome back, everybody. We're back. It's Brad and David. And since last time you've seen us, our hair has grown remarkably insane.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting ready for Halloween. And with that in mind, we've been doing some fun stuff, having some guests. And now this week, it's just us. Our hair just really grew out. I don't know, Head and Shoulders has really worked well for us.
It's that Old Spice.
That's right. So we're back here as always, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over some comics that came in this week, some toys that came in this week, and then we're also going to show off some graded books that we got in that came in from CGC. So with that being said, let's just kick it off with some of this week's books. What I'm basing it off of is covers. That's basically what I'm basing it off of. I'm not going to lie. Because the first one right here is Superman issue number 6. There's nothing key about it. However, this is the variant cover by Rose Besh. And what Rose has been doing with a lot of these covers is making the superheroes into like little kids, basically, with a really fun, I don't know what kind of palette you call it, but it's a colorful palette. And this one I'm showing off is obviously Superman. We also had a Wonder Woman one, and then there was a Green Lantern one that was also released this week. So very cool covers by Rose Besh. Check those out. They are part of the cardstock variant, so they are going to be $5.99 a piece. It is not your normal covers. Next up, brand new book of the week. This was a popular one. This is one of the key comic by Key Collector. This is Predator versus Wolverine. The reason I picked these two because it was our homage to the old Wolverine cover or Hulk cover with Wolverine on it. This time you get one of each. You get Wolverine with the claws, with the Predator, and then you get the Predator with Wolverine in the claws. So very cool book. Very cool covers. Love the homage there.
I'm excited for the book that's on the back.
It's Jeff.
The Jeff
The
verse.
Jeff verse.
That seems interesting.
It does seem interesting. And then last but not least, Captain America. Brand new book for Captain America. And I had to show off this beautiful foil cover. Again, foils don't really show up so good. So we're just going to roll with it. But there it is.
She purdy.
Blind, 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 blind. So that was it. There weren't too many keys again. I feel like August and September, they've been holding back on us. There was a book I do want to talk about I took home and read, and that is The Rumpus Room. Rumpus Room is really cool. It's like a thriller. I don't know if it's considered a horror book yet. I would say for mature audiences. It's a billionaire that basically has staff that go missing, and he talks about this face cream, and what I gather is the face cream is actually made by humans. That's all I really got out of the book. He has something in his basement, and that is what is the room itself, what they consider the room. And that's kind of how the name of the book comes along, is somebody says it there. So yeah, that's it. That's all we really got for comics. We need more. We need more books, which next week, actually, an old storyline from, I think it was earlier this year, Stuff of Nightmares by R.L. Stine will be coming out with the second installment of that.
There's a lot of covers.
Really stoked. I'm really stoked for it because the first time around there were some really cool covers and the storyline was really fun. So it was for more mature people. It wasn't like your, R.L. Stine Goosebumps type thing. Yeah. So I'm really excited for that. Really excited.
I was gonna say, let's save those.
Oh no, we're saving. We'll let David go next. Yeah, we're saving these books.
Moving on to toys. Let me get the big one out of the way. Quite physically.
Wayne's World.
Quite literally, we got Child Big Mom Funko Pop from One Piece. Now, this one did have a chase version of it where she was pissed off.
She was angry.
Red eyes, angry looking mouth. Just the detail on this thing looks really cool. I'm not familiar with the character myself too much, especially because I don't watch the anime for One Piece. There's just too much to it. But I will say the detail, the sculpt, everything about this, colors, super unique, super eye-catching. Like if you had this off your shelf, like on your shelf, around all your other Funkos, it's probably going to be one of the ones.
Oh, it'll stand out.
It'll gravitate your attention.
Yeah, and I mean, like that here again. I understand why when Funko did it, they probably just did red eyes. It's a money saver, right? You're not having to produce another whole thing. But in the same respect, the only thing I know about One Piece is the Netflix series I watched. which was amazing, by the way. And with this, I still wish, I'm sure even with the red eyes, there's something in the anime, like a hand gesture or something they could have changed up to make the chase a lot more exciting. Like, I don't know. Funko's stuff is just starting to get worrisome, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's some good, there's some bad. The Brave and the Bold. Let's go.
Next up, SH Figure Arts, we got, it's literally just called Samurai Sword from Chainsaw Man. Now, it's very cool because it's very similar to the Chainsaw Man Fig Arts. The only difference, obviously, is he has a smooth blade coming out, like machetes. Now, I have the Fig Arts of Chainsaw Man. The cool thing is you can see how it's like split up here, his hands, because they're supposed to go on each side. But you can actually switch those up. So you can have like one side, one hand, other side, the other hand. You can kind of combine them. And I can kind of see you're doing the same thing here, too.
Interesting. Super
cool. Figure Arts, I always love the articulation on. And, I mean, I've only watched the first episode, so I'm not going to get by this guy. But if I did watch all of it, this would probably be a for sure purchase for me. Because this thing looks awesome. I like his outfit, too. Just the kind of pure black with the cool, like, I don't know, Japanese school hat?
Yeah.
Academy hat?
Oh, and he has blades coming out of his hands. See, I know nothing about Chainsaw Man. So it'll be interesting if I start picking that up.
It's a good one. Don't watch it with your son.
Fair.
Last up, NECA swinging through with the House of a Thousand Corpses Captain Spaulding retro cloth figure. Now, the cool thing I really liked was his hands. He's got 2 different middle finger hands you could switch out. I don't know much about Captain Spaulding myself.
Is there any type of chicken in there? That's all. If they don't have that, they missed out on something big here.
I see a thing with his face on it. I don't really see
there should be like a chicken bucket or a drumstick in my eyes. That's a big miss by, especially, yeah. Definitely missed on that.
Says it on the box, though. Bring home some tasty fried chicken. So it is.
Yeah, because that's part of the whole slogan at his gas station. I will say this: it's about time we get another Captain Spaulding, because the last one we had was that, like, was it Boss Fight, or who was it that had the smaller figure? I can't remember who it was, but the detail on this is really nice too. That's a really cool one. But like I said, if you don't have the chicken, that's a giant miss, man. That should have definitely. I think that's a chicken bag. That's the bag you get when you get chicken. So that's kind of what they did. But I think they should also have a drumstick, because that would have been cool. But I don't see one either. But it's definitely a cool piece, and he's even got the little necklace, the necklace with the skull on it, which is cool. Would have been really nice to maybe have an extra head to pop on him. So, and what's that price point?
$41.
I think for 41 we could have got a different head or even a chicken wing.
Yeah, I don't even see. Maybe it's up there. I can't see his head too much. Should be up there. It's on the photo, so I'm assuming it's tucked up there, but I can't see it.
Maybe there's some accessories we can't see. David's examining the box thoroughly examining.
Yeah,
and the verdict is
I don't see a hat. That's kind of a miss too. It's not up there.
Interesting. Well, I think when he's in the gas station, he's not wearing that hat. If I remember, I didn't think it was, or he put it on. I thought he put it on later in the movie. It's been a bit since I watched it, but from what I remember, it's
still a cool one.
Still a cool one.
And the older figure's quite expensive, so it's nice to get the new one.
So what we're gonna do, we'll go through these and we'll start talking about maybe the trailers we watched this week, Aquaman, stuff like that. I'm gonna go from high to low, okay? Because I feel like if we do it that way, it's a lot more exciting. Either way, it's exciting. These are some big books, okay? So the first one that we had sent in is actually from my personal collection. I just want to show these because they're big books. That was it. This isn't to show off my own stuff. As a matter of fact, we just say it's just a book that came back, okay? That's fine. But what we did is I submitted this in. I guessed this one almost on the dot. I really wish that there was a couple things that weren't wrong with it, because I think this would have jumped up to an 8.5 pretty easy. But I was super excited with this one coming back. It was Hulk 181, the first appearance of Wolverine, other than him being in the back of 180. And this came back as a 7.5. Now, again, obviously, the higher this is, the more it's worth. but still really excited to be able to pull a 7.5 out of my Incredible Hulk issue 181. That's a really nice book to have in that. Fucking Tommy.
It's every week, man. He does not miss.
So there we go. 7.5 on a Hulk 181. I suppose I could probably pop it right there, huh? All right. You got a good look at that one. Next one. We have a 7.0. Now, this coincidentally, mine I had sent in getting pressed. So CGC pressed all these books, and 2 of them came back higher than I thought they would, which I don't know if it's coincidence or not. Now, this one I did not have pressed. We just sent this one right in. Came back quicker. I don't know if there would have been a difference in a grade if we pressed it or not. Still a very cool book. At a 7.0, we have Marvel Spotlight number 5, which is your first appearance of Ghost Rider. So 7.0 on that one. Marvel Spotlight number 5. It says off-white pages, and that is your first appearance of Ghost Rider right there. Like I said, big books, heating up, heating up. Tell us what your thoughts are. What would be your grail that you would end up getting back? Let us know. All right, this next one was the first one that I thought got higher than I thought it would. I'll be 100% honest with you. I said this. I said if we were lucky, this would come back a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought it was going to come back a 3. Either way, I'll take it. 100%. 100%. This is the first ever issue of the Fantastic Four. So that is the first appearance of the Fantastic Four team, all 4 of them. Mole Man, and I'm blanking, but a couple others. So we got a 4.0 on this thing. I couldn't have been any happier about getting this thing back as a 4.0. I mean, obviously, you take a look back and be like, oh my God, can you imagine if it was a 5 or a 6? But again, when I thought it was going to be a 3, praying for a 3.5, this just went up to a $30,000 book, being a 4.0. So you can't complain too hard when you get the first ever Fantastic Four book in, send it off, have them press it, and you can get it back a 4.0. Mm-hmm. That's pretty damn nice. That's pretty damn cool to see and even hold. Would you like to hold it?
Oh,
you did hold it raw.
I did. That you
was raw dogged it. Now you get to.
I took a photo with it too. That's how important that moment in time was for me.
Now that I would have to say is probably the best book of the bunch. This one came back a 1.5 higher than I thought it would. I predicted this to be a 0.5 just because the cover was detached, but they pressed it. I mean, the cover still looks really good. And after pressing it's really pretty. The color to it's really good. It's just that they taped the book. This one's a 2.0, but for the year, for the book that it is, honestly, I don't even know if you can complain about it. I don't know how many of these you're going to find in a lot better condition. You'll find some, obviously, but we have the first ever Incredible Hulk. This is Incredible Hulk issue number 1, which is the Gray Hulk. So the Gray Hulk, and this is a 2.0. You're talking right in that 12K range is what you're talking right now for a 2.0 Incredible Hulk graded. There's no ands, if, or buts. When you grade, that's one thing a collector or a dealer really said to me. It kind of eliminates all that back and forth of what it could be. Mm-hmm. I do agree to that extent. I think slabbing these older books like this is really cool too, because if you show it to somebody, they can hold it now, and you don't have to freak out about them doing anything wrong to it. So you can see the front, you can see the back without even have to take it out of a bag and board. But now it just solidifies its history and its place in history. So 2.0 Incredible Hulk, first appearance of several characters, but it's the first Gray Hulk. And then I believe once you get to Incredible Hulk issue number 2, I think they actually introduced the Green Hulk. I think that's where that gets introduced, if I'm not mistaken. So in recap, we got Incredible Hulk issue number 1 overall at a 2.0. Fantastic Four issue number 1 at a 4.0. That came back 0.5 higher than I thought it would. These ones I was a little disappointed about. I thought this would actually be a 7.5 without even pressing, but it came back a 7. That's okay. First appearance of Ghost Rider. That's a big book. So 7 on that. I'll take that all day long. And then this was actually right about where I thought it would be. Happy that it came a 7.5, not a 7. And that's Hulk 181. That's another really nice book to have in that grade. Obviously a 9. 9 would be amazing. But
Of course.
can't wish for everything, right? I got to put this one back in because this is IGH's. So those were the books that we had sent off. It was all about a month ago, I would say. And because I did get mine pressed, they did take longer. The ones that weren't pressed, it was a pretty good turnaround. So, yeah, that's that.
Woo.
That's it. Let's get into some trailers and some movies and some shows. And then let's see what you all have been watching or digging lately. So the first thing I just want to get out there is absolutely Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of the trailer?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I think it looks, hopefully, it's going to turn out great.
Okay.
But I thought, visually,
Yeah.
really beautiful. Just like the first one.
Just like the first one, yeah. Very colorful, I think that's why.
Mhm.
Super colorful. Like very vibrant.
Kind of interesting to see him team up with his brother in this one.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like a hermit.
Yeah.
Long ass.
Well, because he
beard
was
and
in
all
jail,
that.
right?
Yep.
That's what happened after the first one. I'm really excited because with Black Manta, they make him badass.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite characters from a long time ago, just because even when he ended up joining the oh my gosh, the Legion of Doom, he was one of those badass characters I remember watching in the cartoons. So it's really cool not to see Aquaman. I feel like with cartoons, they followed the storyline perfectly. Like Aquaman got the best of Black Manta, but then it was like he'll be back. And then now he's back and he's badder than ever because he wants to get revenge on everything about Aquaman.
Yep, and he's got that trident, that
Yep.
black trident now.
And that'll be really interesting. I don't know anything about that, but I'm just really excited because I feel like they're following that cartoon line where, you know, the character gets beat, but they're not gone forever.
Right.
You know, and they're actually in the next one, which is cool.
Instead of Carnage being killed off right away.
Right. Right.
Now I'm curious because in the comics, Black Manta kills Aquaman's kid.
Yeah.
He's got a kid in this one.
But he's like a baby is too soon.
He was almost a baby in that one.
That would be
So,
too soon.
Who knows?
But maybe.
Maybe that's what will push Aquaman over the edge.
But let's be honest, if you really wanted to capture people's hearts and get them emotionally invested in a movie, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That would be how you do it. That would leave me sitting there in my seat going, what the hell just happened?
Jaw dropped, everything, silence.
So it would actually be really smart if they pulled something like that off.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie.
Woo.
But what else? What else we see? We saw Big Shark Man, Hammerhead Shark Guy.
Yeah.
And that toy's getting released also. People are really excited about that. McFarlane already showed that off.
Did the McFarlane toys look pretty good? Besides the head sculpts. Head sculpts not so much, but the toys, body, color, I like it.
Yeah.
I probably will pick up an Aquaman.
I'm excited to see Aquaman. The first one was really good to me.
Yeah.
And Amber Heard's back.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people aren't happy about that, but you know what? Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, reportedly, she was never supposed to be a big part of this one, is what James Wan said.
Okay.
Since the beginning.
Maybe she'll die off. Maybe that was all about it. Maybe people will be happy because they bring her back, so they're not happy, but then they kill her off, so everybody's like, yeah, she did. So,
who knows?
That'd be smart too, actually.
Yeah.
An Aquaman's raising a baby by himself.
And just like Thor.
Yep.
But the Thor one wasn't that good. I'm still disappointed about that movie.
Yeah.
But,
And that's okay.
yeah.
That's
Besides that, TV shows, movies, video games. I've been watching a lot of movies recently.
Okay. Let's go down that road.
I started, I think last week I watched Evil Dead Rise finally.
Oh, so good.
I really liked it.
Everything you want in a horror flick.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Oh, yeah. It had the suspense. It had genuine jump scares, what actually felt scary. The gore. I really liked the
Yeah,
gore.
I need to Google because I'm pretty sure on Google it probably says how much fake blood they used in that movie.
Oh, God. Especially the ending.
Gallons and gallons and gallons.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It was amazing. It was like absolutely amazing.
Both of the main characters completely drenched.
Yeah.
By the end.
Because they're basically suffocating in blood in an
In the
elevator. Yeah, so
which reminded me of The Shining right away when I saw that.
it was good. I'm telling you, when I saw that, I was like, this is everything a horror movie should be.
Oh yeah.
And I was really hoping this would start getting more horror movies to come back.
Mhm.
And instead we get like Cocaine Shark.
You're not gonna let that one go.
Never. It was the worst movie ever.
And then
Couldn't even get through 4 minutes.
I've already seen this movie before, but I watched Trick or Treat again. Trick or Treat, the one with Sam.
With Sam.
I forgot how good that movie
See, I
is
haven't
too.
watched. I don't think I've ever seen the whole movie.
It's on where did I watch it? Amazon Prime.
Skinamax.
No. I saw it on Prime Video, and I went through it because I was like looking. I'm like, okay, how much is it to rent? It said 0, 0, 0. So it was free to rent.
Mm.
That's the only reason I got it. Right
0, 0, 0.
away. Yep. Didn't say free. It said 0, 0,
It doesn't
0.
have to be free. 0.
That's what it said.
0.
I'm just saying what it said. But I forgot how good that movie was. I like all these little separate stories, all kind of intertwining towards the end.
Okay, see, that's why I didn't quite understand it, and I never watched the whole thing. So it's basically like scary. Is it like Scary Stories? Scary Stories is a
way.
lot like that, where it's different little stories, almost like Creepshow.
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
It's similar to that.
Yeah.
But they all have a tied to each other in some way,
Okay.
so, or more than one way.
Well, October's coming up, so you know all the horror movies are coming out. So
Mm.
I am gonna go rewatch Jason or Friday the 13th 5 again.
Yeah,
With
after our
CJ Graham.
discussion,
Yeah, after our discussion and CJ Graham coming.
and not remembering a lot more than we thought.
No, right? Yeah, because I remember everything about it. Maybe it was like, I don't know, the worst movies, even though I know it wasn't. I remember Space, which was the worst movie.
Oh, Jason X, yeah.
Jason Goes to Manhattan. I remember a lot about that.
Part 8, I think.
6, which is my favorite of them all.
Mhm.
You know, I loved everything about that one. But yeah, that
See,
one.
If you're going with like the classic, like the first, I'll say 10, first 10, because that goes up until Jason X.
Yep.
I think part 3 was always my favorite.
Okay. What was that one all about?
I mean, that one was really just the main one where he got his like hockey mask.
Okay.
Now I don't remember much after that part because I haven't watched it in a while, but I just remember that one being my favorite.
How insane would it be if a movie theater did a whole showing of all the Friday the 13th?
Oh god,
You would have to
be
sit there. Yeah, you'd have to sit there all day.
Probably, yeah, dude, Jesus. And if you're doing like the spin-off,
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
Jason-
they would have to include food
right?
because you know you'd spend $300.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I got to get my pretzel bites. At some point, I need a burger.
Are they back? Are the pretzel bites back
I
yet?
don't know. I haven't been there.
Because when I went to go see Strays, they weren't, and that was
Come on, Marcus.
like a month ago.
Come
Or
on,
no, it was like
Marcus.
3 weeks ago.
We need
and
those
then-
pretzel bites back. They're amazing.
I will say, I know people shit on the movie so much. I really like Freddy versus Jason.
I liked it.
I really like it.
I liked it. We got another comment.
Who are these guys?
Joe Dirt. Joe
What
Dirt.
up?
We're Joe Dirt's cousins. We should have accents. I don't know about them there, Derek.
I like this the whole time.
We're just trying to see it like me. I don't have a full head of hair, I feel. So I'm just seeing what it's like to have this all over again, you know?
God, everywhere I try to move that cursor.
I mean, October's coming up. We can start talking horror movies. We
Mhm.
can start talking what our favorite horror movies are. I did like Freddy versus Jason. I didn't think it was bad.
Mhm.
And especially Monica Keenan was in that one.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Then
she was.
Who else? Kelly Rowland?
Yep.
Rowland?
Yep. But I did enjoy it. I thought I don't know. It was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty epic. I like that. That's my favorite Jason design. I
Yeah.
really like that design for Jason.
Yeah.
And then Freddy was okay. I was mostly seeing it for Jason, but I love Freddy.
Mhm.
He's probably one of my top 10 like favorite, or not even top 10, top 3.
It was a cool concept. Let's say that.
And everywhere you move that cursor, it just keeps getting in the way.
Why does it keep doing that?
Michael Myers sequel, that would be dope. Or it'd be cool to see a movie version of Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
I see what you're saying. Well, that was an actual comic and everything.
Yeah, that's
so
what
that
I'm saying.
would happen.
It'd
Yeah.
be cool to see that as a movie.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm going to go back to this. I say this a lot. Whenever we start talking Halloween movies. The Rob Zombie ones were my favorite. Like,
I really like
other than the classic.
Hmm.
You got to go with the classic. Rob Zombie brought that horror, that gore factor.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I like the storyline, but I didn't mind it.
I like the brutalness about it.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that's what when you watch a horror film, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for, I mean, I think because we grew up on that. We grew up on the gore. We grew up, and Terrifier, as much as I dog Terrifier for being a really low budget film, it's got a cult following and it brings all those aspects back.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like I was saying, I didn't understand he was like a supernatural being.
Mhm.
So for me, I'm like, there's no way you could pull that shit off. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then once somebody's like, well, he's like a supernatural being, I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. But
H2O, yeah.
no way.
That one's not bad.
Just because you like Josh Hartnett. Let's just bring that up right now. That is why, because Cody likes Josh Hartnett. It wasn't bad, but there's no way that's up there that high. Even if you go back and watch Halloween 3, which had nothing to do with Michael Myers, that was better than that. The kids made that, man. And then
That's true.
the TV, when it had come on, that whole song came on. You're like,
God,
oh,
that was
God.
the catchiest damn song.
Yeah. So it's like so many more better than H2O by far.
Are we counting 2018 as a sequel? Because it's technically a sequel, direct sequel to the first one, all the way back from the 70s. Because I really like the newer ones. Besides Ends, I did not like Ends. Kills was good. I liked Halloween Kills. Did not like Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
And I liked the first one a lot.
The biggest difference is, again, if we could have had Rob Zombie do those final ones with Carpenter like having the say on it, I think you would have had a winner for sure.
Oh, for sure.
The one thing I didn't like is I didn't like
the kid that was killed for Michael Myers in the last one.
Yeah.
Corey.
But like I said, I do really like the Rob Zombie ones. Those were just really well done. Rob Zombie makes great horror flicks. Like even the characters, I don't care if he keeps using the same people. The characters are bad. Like they're just right out there crazy.
And that's why you want them to die.
Yeah. And then they end up killing everybody and you leave that movie going, Jesus.
I feel like Rob Zombie would do a hell of a job with Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be good.
That'd be good. What I'd really like to see, I'd really like to see some remakes of older movies that made no sense. Like Ghoulies. Bring me back some Ghoulies.
Get some Critters.
Critters was great. Critters was awesome. And then people don't remember this movie a lot, but Hole. They look like little critters they look like little ghoulies, and they came out of this hole in the backyard of these kids' house. Huh. Yeah, it was good. There's a lot of good old movies. One I tried finding that I couldn't is Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat?
Yes. The one where it had the old rock and roll guy.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. You don't see anything about that.
I tried watching it again. I can't find it anywhere. I couldn't even find it on Shudder.
Really?
And that's a fun movie. That was a fun movie. Or Shocker. Do you ever remember Shocker? That was a good one.
Is Shudder a good service to get?
Yeah, I like Shudder.
Okay.
Because that has all the horror films on it.
Okay. Because I want to get Shocker.
But Shocker is basically about this guy who was a killer. I can't remember what they called him now either. But basically what happened was they brought him the electric chair. And he didn't die. He actually went through the electricity. So then he ends up coming back and he can manipulate anything. So he can go through like the TVs, the outlets, whatever, but he can't take human form is what it is. So it was really
interesting.
And then, yeah, eventually he gets enough power or whatever. And so he can jump out, but it's a good one. If you ever get to watch it, it's pretty good.
Have you, it's more of a thriller, I'd say. Have you seen the Belko Experiment?
Mm-mm. Nope.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's made by James Gunn, and it's kind of like Office Space meets Battle Royale. So it's like this company has all these people coming to work, and then they all have like a chip implanted in their brain, kind of like Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And then everything just total shutdown mode, and then they all start going crazy, like making alliances, killing each other. I think Sean Gunn's in it too. And it's a good movie. Yeah, I would say try and find that one.
Okay.
It's one of the better, I don't even know what to put that genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really horror. It's not really a thriller battle royale movie. I don't know, but it's good.
Kind of like Dust Before Dawn type of.
Kinda.
Okay.
Or I don't know, Hunger Games meets Office Space.
Another one I would say that's probably if we're gonna go, and I probably said this in the past too, but my favorite all-time vampire movie. It's crazy enough, probably. But if you haven't seen it, go check it out. 30 Days.
That's a good one.
It's a great one. It's a great one. The vampires are unbelievable. They look crazy awesome.
Pat had a stroke.
Pat had a stroke. Nice. Pat, are you okay? How about you guys out there? What was your favorite horror movie growing up? Or maybe you couldn't watch them growing up. So what was the first horror movie that you remember that you absolutely loved? Or even let's just go down the road of like, you know, the crappy ones. Like I said, like The Hole. There was also a movie called The House, which is another one. That's a little guy waving.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
how is that? It's like a circle with
Circle
that's
of
trying to
Fortune.
climb a line. That's what it looks like to me. Okay, now I kind of see a guy waving.
Yeah. It's like a guy doing this.
Yeah, you're right, Cody. That is true. He got me. He got me. Hartnett is in that one, but that is way better than your H2O. Let's just say that.
I was
13
about
Ghosts
to
was
bring that up
great.
because that was one of the first horror
Great.
movies I saw as a kid, and that scared the shit out of me.
Me too. I love that. Did you ever see somebody did this post that said you should do little short stories? So not a full movie or a full movie about it, but actually tell the stories of
Like
the
branch
13
it off.
Ghosts.
That would be so good.
Yes. Ozzy Man. Oh, dude, I can't do the Ozzy Man. You know who that is? This Ozzy Man who does this, like, he's Australian, and he does this voice over for, like, other things. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I don't think I'm familiar.
Lillard was in 13 Ghosts. Yep.
Yep.
I'm telling you, 30 days. I could watch that nonstop. I love that movie.
Another good one is it 27 days later?
28.
28.
That so 28 days, right?
Mhm.
That was the first one.
Yep.
And then yeah, that was good.
Mhm.
That was good. I wish we could get another, like, they went on a huge run of zombie movies, I feel like, for a long time. And then zombies kind of went away now.
Yeah, I think after like The Walking Dead really blew it up, it just kind of dissipated.
I'd like a good zombie movie again.
That'd be good.
Dude, why can't we get another oh god dang it. Night of the Living Dead. Why can't we get another Night of the Living Dead? Night of the Living Dead was amazing. Like Night of the Living Dead, where you had Tarman in it. I think that was 2. If I'm not mistaken, Night of the Living Dead 2, that's where they're in the building and they're doing the anyways. That was a great one. And then the third one, that was a little weird. I think there was a zombie gal that was like naked in that one. And
give me another Shaun of the Dead. I love Shaun of the Dead.
I never really got into those.
You weren't a big Cornetto trilogy guy?
No. I did like Dusk to Dawn, and I thought those vampires looked really good.
Did you ever see Tucker and Dale versus Evil or whatever it's called? That was a funny one too. Alan Tudyk and someone else in there, I forgot, but that's a funny one. If you want like a horror comedy.
Speaking of George Romero, that map from Call of Duty was amazing.
From Black Ops?
Amazing. And they don't even have that on the ones anymore. And I think it's because George Romero's in it.
Yeah.
That was a branch off.
I mean, was it really?
It's George Romero. It's like Uno, right? It's a 2, but it's a different color. Whatever.
There you go.
I don't know. Terrifier, I think, has done the fact of bringing that old school, like non-realistic cult following feel back. So I like that. And I wish there's been talks about finally having a Friday the 13th movie again.
I would hope so.
And I think there's just something about one of the main people have to release their whatever on it. That's like the last Chucky. Okay, whatever, like cool concept. Movie? Yeah. But you should have did something cooler. Like, how about this?
I thought he was weird looking. I did not like the look.
What if like somehow he transfers into something else? Can we find another really scary ass little toy that he could transfer into?
Instead of doing the whole like try and get him over with the knife and the whole ritual.
Like, you know how spirits kind of float? So couldn't he just transfer over to another toy that could be whatever?
I did not like the Chucky, the newest Chucky movie.
Yeah.
Did not care for it. The TV show though, that's really good.
It's pretty good.
I really like the TV show.
Yeah.
And it's got Brad Dourif back as Chucky.
Yeah.
You just can't replay. I love Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I love Mark Hamill. I like the voice he did, but he's not Brad Dourif.
Yeah. Well, you always go to Mark Hamill for shit. They did it with Skeletor and Masters too, and I'm just like, nah, bring back Alan. Why are you putting him as Moss Man? But yeah. What else we need?
Hell of a Joker though.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He definitely is. We need some good horror movies though. They're trying, but they're not getting them. What would be a good remake? What do you guys think would be a good remake? What could we get that would be a good remake? I'm trying to think.
I am too.
Because I mean, they're still kind of doing Halloweens. We haven't had a Nightmare on Elm Street since 2010. Was
20,
it?
yeah, 2010, because that was the
Right
one with
around there.
Jackie Earl Haley did
Um,
did Freddy. He's Rorschach and Watchmen.
Have we had like a Silent Night, Deadly Night in a while? I know we've had Krampus,
I don't think
but I don't think we've had a Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Maybe. I do know there was a is it Black Valentine?
Oh no, Red Valentine or whatever. That was the
Yeah.
one where Bloody Valentine.
Bloody Valentine.
Bloody
I know we had a
Valentine.
new one of those recently.
Really?
I mean, 2013 kind of recently, but
Was that the one where they were in the?
it was like a sorority that they were in.
Oh, okay. Then I'm only thinking the first one where they're in the mine.
Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking of then. I'm definitely thinking of a remake that came out
Okay.
2010.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I didn't mind it.
I think people were just angry that it wasn't Robert Englund.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what it was. But
Jackie Earl Haley did a good job.
you know, yeah. Tony's agreeing with something. I don't know if it's Pat.
Something, yeah.
I don't know. What other horror flicks can we think
I heard
of
there's
that
a
we
new
should-
Exorcist coming out.
There is, and it looks
That looks good.
It looks really good. This
But
time
what-
it's two little girls, and yeah, it looks badass.
And
We
then
saw
there's-
previews of that.
There was the one with the hand. I don't know what that one was called, but it was like the newest one. There was like a weird hand thing. I don't remember. It was like a possession movie, I think.
Huh.
But a lot of people
Nightmare.
said that was good.
Nightmare.
He's agreeing with the nightmare thing that Pat said.
Oh yeah, okay.
Otherwise, like horror movie wise, I wouldn't even consider this a horror movie. It's more of just a torture porn. But Saw?
That's weird. Torture porn. Was Descent really a horror movie though?
Talk to me. That's what it was. Tony's right. Yep.
Descent, I don't feel was a horror movie. That's one of those cave ones where they go down and it's like creatures. You know what I mean?
Creature flick?
I think so, yeah. Super horror? Really?
Maybe you're thinking of a different Descent.
I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure Descent was where they go down in this cave, and pretty sure it is. I don't know. I even like the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought was pretty good. I didn't mind it at all.
The one on Netflix?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it yet.
you haven't? Oh, I thought it was pretty damn good. I would like to see more of a like what they did was they kind of moved it away from the house. I'd like to see it kind of go back to that house. I think that would be cool. I'd really like a good vicious monster movie, some way, shape, or form. Like we haven't had God, the last American Werewolf in London was a good one too. I thought that was a good one. The first remake they did, where they went back there. You really? That was pretty good. I can't think of the guy's name that was the star in it, but I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of it.
I mean, yeah, creature movie wise, or monster movie, there has not been much.
No,
You really only have like your Godzillas, and that's barely even like a horror movie. It's more of an action.
like I could go back and watch all the Blades again.
Oh,
First
dude.
Blade, stellar. And if they could do a monster movie like that without Blade himself,
Antlers. I heard that's a good one too.
I don't know. Oh God, Tusk is so dumb. Tusk is so dumb. That's not a horror. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin Smith. That movie was. I tried, man. I can't even believe that dude signed up to be the star of that movie.
You should try a movie on Max called Rubber. It's the one about the killer
No,
tire.
I'm not doing the killer
You
tire,
need to
bro.
watch that one.
Bro. I want good horror flicks. I don't want this garbage. I do not want this garbage. I'm sure. Smile was pretty good.
I haven't watched that. That's on my list because
Yeah.
it's on Paramount Plus, and I just got Paramount Plus.
Smile is pretty good. It's a freaky ass smile, I will say that. But
Midsummer I heard was good too.
what's that about? What's Midsummer about?
I couldn't tell you what it's about. I know it has Florence Pugh in it though, I think.
Oh, that helps.
Oh yeah.
I will say this. If we want to go back to the 90s and just come up with some good ones, I know what you did last summer. That was a great start.
Give me a new Final Destination.
Oh God, don't give me a new Final Destination. Like I'm already like dreading because of 47 meters down, me going
geez.
shark cage diving.
Oh yeah, and then you're gonna dread doing anything in real life. Just in general.
I'm going in like a month, bro, in less than a month. In like 4 weeks, I'm going to do that. So yes, I am gonna poop probably my swimming trunks. That was actually a pretty damn good flick, even though
Which
it's really not for horror to me. 47 meters.
Oh yeah.
But if we're gonna go, we were just on something here too.
Scream.
Oh, Kelly's talking Scream. There you go, Kel. So okay, where was I at? What was the movie I was talking about prior to that though?
47 meters
Before.
or before that? Final Destination.
Well, yeah, we were talking Final Destination. I know you did last summer, and then what was the other one like? I know you did last summer. Urban Legends. Do you remember Urban Legends? That was pretty good.
I think I do. I think I watched something on that recently.
Yeah, that was a pretty good I feel like for a run there, they had all those teeny bopper stars, but they had a really good run of like I know you did last summer, Urban Legends, and I thought there was one more movie similar to that was like that horror thriller. But those were some good ones.
Yeah,
there was because what was her name?
Final Destination fucked me up.
Final Destination was good.
I can't drive behind.
I'm telling you, if you go behind log,
I can't do that.
Go behind large log poles, and you don't think that thing may slip off and smash your windshield,
or like roller coasters, I can't do. Having Tony Todd being like the guy that knows all these things too, I like that.
Yeah,
he's got such a good voice.
There we go, Rebecca Gearhart. That's exactly what I was thinking. Nice job, Cody. But yeah, she was in that movie. But yeah, Urban Legends was a pretty good one. Watch the first Urban Legends.
I heard a lot of good things. I don't remember what I was watching on YouTube, but that got brought up, and I don't. Maybe it was like a history of like horror.
It was probably right about when you were born, so that makes sense, you know.
I mean, it's probably way before I was born. I was born in 2003. You got to remember that.
Look at that hair, though. Jesus, that's some good looking hair right there. Don't say something myself, man. Yeah, now we're living. Now I want to go back and watch some of these. I think I'd rather watch, I'll be honest with you, I think I'd rather watch Urban Legends than I would I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Really?
Because you had didn't you have Freddie Prinze?
Yep, you had Freddie Prinze.
And the girl from Party 5, they were in that one. Yeah, Urban Legends was good.
And then Scream happened, and then that kind of...
Oh, that redid everything.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Black Christmas. What was that one? I don't even know what that is.
I've heard the name. I just don't remember anything about it.
That's interesting. I don't feel like you've heard that name.
No, I have.
Are you sure?
You're
sure you're not talking about Black Friday?
No. Isn't that a movie too? Like a horror movie as well?
Actually, Black Friday was a comic book. They did it last year.
Oh.
Yeah. Black Friday.
I swear I heard like a...
Hostel. Dude, that made me not want... Yes. That made me not want to travel for I don't know how long. Because I was like, that's what's going to happen to me. I'm going to go somewhere, someone's going to drug me, and I'm going to be that person that they're bidding on. But that's the thing. I think the first Purge kind of did that too. It opened up that mindset.
Well, that's how it is for the Strangers. That's what it is for me.
Good.
Strangers, and then you're next.
And there's another Strangers coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the third one now?
Yeah.
The second one came out a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are some really old movies that weren't
Thanksgiving. Oh my God, get us a new Leprechaun.
Aren't they? I thought they were.
They made a really crappy remake like a couple of years ago.
I thought I heard they were doing another one though, and it was going to be really horror.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
I'm pretty sure. First Leprechaun was good to me.
The Mist, that's a mind fuck.
Was that?
That's the one where they're all like trapped in the
Stephen King?
Yep.
Yeah, in the supermarket.
Trapped in the supermarket.
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah. That was okay.
But then the ending really messes you up.
You know what I wish we would get? Because I think you could just splatter on this one. Would be what I've talked about before. Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, yeah.
You got that Green Goblin freaking semi, and you could just totally burn and like.
I mean, look at Twisted Metal. Look how good that did recently.
I'm telling you, there's some old ones where you could really bring it up, and you could do some stuff with it.
Strangers. Ooh.
Or what was the one where they were in? Think of this right now. It was another Stephen King one. I can't even think of the lady's name that was the star in it.
Okay, I'm gonna just list them off.
But it's
Misery.
No, yes, that's it. Boom. You read my mind. Bam. That's how we do.
I don't remember her name either, but she did a damn good job.
Kathleen or something like that. I thought.
Yes.
That's what I think
you're
it
right
is.
on the cusp of it.
I feel like it's
Kathleen something.
Kathy.
I
I feel like it's Kathy.
Kathy Bates.
Bam! Woo! God, we just throw this together in a couple minutes too.
Woohoo!
What do you know? I would beat you, Todd. We beat you.
That one's a good one too, though.
Bates Motel, if you go watch the TV series, that was good.
Yeah.
That was really good, actually. I was really surprised. See? Ryan even
Ryan's
says
up,
it.
yep.
We need ghoulies. Exactly. Kelly, remember Trick or Treat? We need that remade. That was like the dude had that hairspray, like the 90s bands, and he was a big rocker, and he played the record backwards.
Disc jockey.
It was like, and then it would start doing whatever. Oh my God.
Dude, I feel like a new Reanimator would do really well too.
Maybe.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Telling you know what we talked about here. So we had a customer come in the store yesterday, right? And we were talking about this. We were talking about all these just horrible movies that are out there. And we were talking, and I'm like, okay, all we need is one person that's good with videography, that is willing to be in on this. We can't pay you, but if you're a good videographer, we were talking about a really low budget toy store horror movie that we would film. And it could be so low budget. And then we'll just throw it on YouTube. But we're talking about how these toys come to life at night. I mean, should I even tell us? What if somebody steals it? Let's be honest. There's 7 watchers. We're good. So these toys, they come to life at night, and you just pick ridiculous ones that you could put together really bad costumes for, and they kill people. And then people get trapped in here. I'm telling you, this is what we got to do. We got to do it. It'd be like the new Five Nights at Freddy, but we'd call it Nerdin' Out.
You got to get a shitty version of that Elmo up there.
Oh, God.
Costume for that.
I got to assume there'd be like legalities to that, unless it was like a different color Elmo.
I mean,
I'm gonna kill you.
If you got like a Winnie the Pooh toy in here, we're fine. He's in the public domain.
Yeah, now I heard Tigger is next year.
Yeah, and he's going to be in the sequel.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that'd be fun.
God.
You get like a horrible Pikachu pop out of a big ball.
Jeez.
I'm telling you, we can think of some great stuff. All it'd take is like a couple hours of videographing us. We could slam it out in a couple hours. You make it an hour-long movie, really low budget, because you want to make sure you keep people engaged long enough. People will watch us for a half hour.
Oh yeah, short films, they do so good on YouTube.
See,
gain traction, go on Twitter and stuff.
I say we get a petition going and we get this thing going. We can make it work.
I mean, hey, I took drama class.
There we go. I don't know what it did for you, but we could find out that day.
I mean, I was okay at acting.
I could see you now. Oh no! Oh no!
God. Anyway,
my sister said old poltergeist scares me. Still scares her.
Dude, the thing with the clown.
It doesn't scare me anymore though because of Scary Movie. All I can think about with the poltergeist is the priest on the toilet crapping and all the eyes coming out there. That's all I can think about.
A new Scary Movie.
I'm surprised they haven't.
I'm surprised too.
The highlight was back then when all those movies came out. Like I know, movies. Like yeah,
superhero movie, disaster movie.
But that's when it was. It was like that early 2000s, late 90s when all those movies came out. Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
Wasn't there one where it was like a parody on Saw? And it was Shaquille O'Neal and Dr. Phil in the bathroom.
It might have been.
I feel like that was like one of the later ones.
Yeah.
That one was funny.
Yeah.
Superhero
horror movies.
Superhero movie was a funny spoof movie. I like that one.
I don't remember that one.
It's got Drake Bell in it. He's like a parody on Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the fly dude or
Drake
dragonfly.
Bell. Yes.
Just the guy who's playing Professor X with a spoof on him. Every time they cut to him going through a different way, just switched whatever he was using to come through. Like he had a wheelchair, then he had a tricycle, then he had like a toilet that's on wheels that keeps moving. It was funny.
I'm telling you, you gotta be super high to think of stuff like that.
Oh, dude, for sure.
You have to.
I think Kevin Hart was in that one.
I believe it. He was probably trying to get off the ground at that point.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, we got to come up with something. And then the sequel is in the battleground. Remember? And then we have to have the green screen. So it looks like the guns are alive.
Just floating.
Be the most ridiculous thing you ever watched in your life. But if Cocaine Shark can make movies, so could that. I'm just saying. Okay, let's go. Scariest movie that still to this day scares the shit out of you to do anything. Would you stick with Final Destination or would you change that?
I feel That's really hard to say. I think I would stick with Final Destination on myself.
Mine would be Jaws. Still to this day, I don't care if I'm in a lake or an ocean.
You just hear.
I tuck my knees into my chest, and honestly, this is me being 100% honest. If I'm in a swimming pool and I close my eyes, I'm not gonna lie. Somehow there could be a shark right behind me. Okay, so that gets me every time.
Pet Cemetery 2.
The movie Kids was messed up. That was a messed up
I haven't
movie.
heard of that one.
Oh, dude, that is a messed up movie. It is probably for its time. It was such a controversial movie, but it was super messed up. Pet Cemetery 2 scared you, Cody? That like
specifically
scares you?
2?
Yeah, that's. But you know that the creeper ain't real. So it's like, I mean, a being that flies and like that ain't real.
Now, if you're saying like Texas Chainsaw,
Yeah, that stuff. Dude, I can go through a haunted house and somebody has a chainsaw, but I'm like, I know there's nothing on it. That scares the shit out of me.
yeah.
I still will start running. I don't care. I don't care if I had a sprained ankle. I would start running somehow. That dude will run through the whole thing with me and I'll run.
That's fair. For 27 years, Brad.
Wow. Wow. It could happen. Sure, and monkeys could fly out of my butt.
I feel like every week this is just slowly turning into a horror movie podcast.
It could.
It could.
It definitely could. Corey will be jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Corey will be totally jealous. I'm still telling you, if anybody can find Trick or Treat out there, not the Sam one, but the old, like, I don't think it was 80s. It had to have been early 90s with the rock star. And I can't think of the rock star's name because I even looked it up and I still couldn't find it to watch. You should watch that. It's really good. Shocker, I'd recommend. That was a good one. Was it Dawn of the Dead? Dawn of the Dead was good. That's the one where they were in the mall.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's what inspired Dead Rising, the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game too.
If you haven't seen 30 Days a Night by now, you need to. It's amazing.
Ooh, if we're gonna step away from horror, which I nothing.
You want to step away from horror?
I'm going to step away from horror because I still had one more movie.
He brought up VHS. So are you going to be talking Disney right now or what?
No, I'm going to be talking about the other movie I watched just yesterday. So
Human
I watched
Centipede?
No. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once last night. It's a mouthful.
Sounds weird.
It is a mouthful. It's a very trippy multiversal movie with Michelle Yeoh and go ahead, stop looking at my hair.
I can't. I just realized how shiny your hair is. It's like you have
put some hairspray in it, man. Leave it alone.
I didn't even look at your hair till now to see how. Ow! I just crushed my finger. That really hurt.
You need to see that movie. It's on Paramount Plus if you have like the $12 subscription one.
I don't think I have Paramount. I think that's the one I don't have.
But it's so worth it. It's if you go like past the Universal stuff, it's about a Chinese family that has a failing laundromat that's, I wouldn't say evading taxes, but they're not doing the best like tax wise.
So it's a real story.
I mean, it could happen until you get all the multiversal stuff.
Okay.
But then it's also like the mom and the daughter have a really estranged relationship. Then, she's super stressed because her dad's coming over. Her dad's like old school. Her daughter's gay, so she's scared to have that like come out.
Conversation.
But then like 10 minutes into the movie, you see like her husband, and just in the background, because they have cameras to see their laundromat because their house is attached. See her husband doing like flips and stuff, or things that you like think it's her husband. And then like they go to this tax company or this tax building, and then that's when everything starts to happen a lot more. And then that's where it's like splits off into different realities, and it's just super confusing. It's hard for me to even describe it. You need to watch it.
It sounds so confusing. I don't even want to watch it.
You need to though.
I
think it's a really good movie.
I don't think I do.
I don't know. I think it's good. I wanted to watch The Whale too. I saw that on there.
The hell is that?
It's that movie with Brendan Fraser.
Oh yeah, okay.
Where he's like the big guy.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. Well, I mean, it's sad to say, but we gotta start wrapping this thing up. we're getting red flagged right now for being at almost an hour.
Yeah.
We got so wrapped into talking horror. That was great.
Mhm.
I like that. That was good stuff. It's about that time.
Really quickly too. Mortal Kombat 1. I've been playing that.
Yeah.
I'm like 15 hours in the game. Beat the story. Like first night, I stayed up until like 3 playing that thing.
Jesus.
I don't do that often. I don't. But The Whale is a tough sequel. Oh my God. But Mortal Kombat, I really enjoy the game so far.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten super far into like the side modes, but like the fighting feels like super smooth. Cameo system, I actually quite like. It's like kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom, where someone jumps in, does an attack, leave. It works a little bit better than I expected for Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
and the skins so far, pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Story was really good too.
Okay. Well, before we go, I want to leave us all with one thing to think about. And then we can pick this back up next week. Okay? I just want to know why we haven't had a movie similar to Jason versus Freddy, but it's Star Wars versus Star Trek. Now I want you all to think about that, because I know there's some Trekkies out there, and then I know there's some big Star Wars fans out there too. And then you guys can debate, wait till next week, but you guys can get that debate ready. Like, how would this go down if this happened?
All I'm saying is that in a comic book, Spock took down Wolverine. That's all I'm saying.
And Wolverine had what? Adamantium? And I can't even say it right now.
Adamantium?
There you go.
I don't know. He did like.
He doesn't have a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, but he's got big ass claws.
Well, so he has a phaser. Spock has a phaser. He gets one hand on him. He puts him down like this. Nah.
I don't remember what he did. He didn't use a blaster, a phaser, or nothing like that. He did Spock things.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to head out for the night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out our stuff. If you weren't able to see the comics that we went and got graded, definitely rewind this thing. Check out the comics. There were some huge hitters. And yeah, we got almost 2 weeks away for Nerd Out Con.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be a big lineup, a lot of vendors, a lot of cool stuff to do there for families. A family could go for a day for $40. Adult could go there for a weekend for $40. As much as you want, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Have a lot of fun. Saturday night, we are going to have an awesome karaoke. It's going to be Comic-Con karaoke Saturday night. Friday night, MEW just announced a huge wrestling card.
Ooh.
Except for me, because I don't know who I'm wrestling. I don't even know if I'm doing single or tag team. Rumor is we find out tomorrow. So I can't wait to see who that is and then announce that too. Otherwise, again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having some fun with us and joining in on the talks. And let's do it again next Tuesday. Have an awesome one.